Hello! I didn't realize it said live. Hi, everybody. I'm good. I just flew in from my other office. So,
on a broom.
We're gonna... That was uncalled for. As usual, the mouse is on the wrong side because of my lefty husband. Okay, let's see here. No, where's my chats? The chats are over there. I'm so excited. Oh, there, here you come. Hi, everybody. Say hello as you're coming in. Give us a thumbs up. Okay, what are we going to do today? We are going to, while we're chatting, hi, Janice. Hello, Janice. We are going to get my hair out of my eyes. We're going to finish the last bit of this. And I had, I'm gonna have to look at my phone really quick because somebody put a comment up yesterday that was actually fantastic. And she said, "Oh, I hope you won't be offended if I make this suggestion." I'm never offended if you have a suggestion, ever, because it'll either help me, which it usually does, and if it doesn't help me, it'll probably help somebody else. Hi, Julie. Come here by mom. Come here and say hello. Come here. You want to say a quick hello? Come here. Everybody wants to see your new haircut. They said, "Oh, hi, Linda." I know. Look, there's Minnie. Got a nice haircut. This will be her last short one for the summer. Yes, anybody with tips. We love tips. Love, love, love tips. I got to go back and find that comment from yesterday. I would outline stitch around the flowers, maybe around 15 inches, a huge expanse of a block. It's very big. Somebody had suggested and swore never again. Now I travel about 40 minutes to the long armor. I know. But then what am I going to talk about with you guys? Petals in the back is what I'm probably going to start after I got some other little stuff I'm trying to finish. And we're going to start doing, we need some, thanks, Linda. Linda says you're adorable. She says you're adorable. Benji got his haircut last week. This is going to be her last shorter haircut. And then I'll let her stay a little bit longer for the wintertime. You can't sit. Where are you going? You can't sit there. You can't stay there on the table. Do you want to go down in your bed? Do you want to go in your bed? Come on. Come on, you want to go in your bed? Come on. Okay, go lay down in your bed, my pretty girl. Go on. She has a terrible habit of kicking off with her hind legs. And a big hug. You get a big hug from Dubrovka. She has a very bad habit of kicking off with her hind legs. And so if you're holding her and we get home and we're walking through the garage into the house, when she knows that we're kind of getting ready to go in the door, she pushes off and she'll leap right out of your arms. And because she's so tiny, she's like a little hot dog. She just and it scares the patooties out of me. Okay, I love the black border, and I think the navy border will look... So, I've got to finish the butterfly quilt, so we're going to work on that. Thank you, Robin. Hi, Robin. But we're going to start working on some other stuff. And let me show you what I found. I kept telling you guys about the applique projects that I had found at a show. And so I did them for a year. I've not actually completed any of them because I was so afraid of like heat and bond and the applique process. And now, funny how animals have such personalities. Oh, Lord. This one has a personality like you would not believe. Minnie, go lay down in your bed. It's okay. You can lay in your bed. It's all right, honey. Go ahead. Lay down. Go on, lay down. Or you want to go see Dad. Go see Dad. Go see him. Go find him. Dad is in his office. Go see him. She has so much personality. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so these were by socherished.com, and I couldn't find September. Well, last weekend when I was trying to get some stuff cleaned up, and I'm not done yet. I gotta deal with this stuff, and anyway, I found September. So, hopefully this weekend. Let's see, tomorrow's Friday, so we'll do a video tomorrow. Maybe Saturday we'll start this. And I feel so much more ready to start this. So look at how adorable this is. And it was supposed to go, this black part was like a big plate. Probably, I don't know, yay big? 24 inches, maybe? Something like that. No, not that big. Maybe 12 inches, 12-inch circle. Anyway, it was metal, and it was on a little stand, and you would put it like in your entryway or something like that, or on a table or what have you. And then you could put little magnets on the back of the applique, on the very back, and then you could change them out each month. Well, let's just try and finish one. Let's not go too far ahead of ourselves. So, this weekend we're gonna try and start this one. So, it comes with the, all the pattern cutouts and all the flannel. And look, it's a squirrel. Too cute. So we're going to start that this weekend. So if you've got an applique project, grab your applique project and start that with us this weekend. Now, hygiene. Then I am going to start putting I need to find some navy fabric this coming week. I'd like to just find a jelly roll, truth be told. This is so easy. Oh my gosh. One navy jelly roll. Done. And we're going to start getting these rows together. And I've asked you guys if there's any that you think need to be swapped out. And I kind of think, other than... Originally, I was thinking this one. But I don't know. Maybe swap that one over here. And break that up. But I don't really, it doesn't really need a whole lot of breaking up, does it? I don't know. Tell me what your thoughts are on that. Otherwise, we're going to kind of leave it the way that it is and start putting some, I'm going to do navy blue, 2.5-inch sashing. And then I guess we'll probably just do a navy blue border. I think that would be nice. It'll leave everything that's supposed to pop. Okay. Even a gray binding. I know, I was thinking about a gray binding. I had originally thought about yellow, but there's too many variations on the yellow, and I didn't want to go down that road. So it's either going to be black or gray for the bee blanket. Okay. Madeline is not with us tonight. Madeline will probably be back on Sunday because it is a Jewish holiday. So we wish her well, and it's a big Jewish holiday. I think it goes 2 or 3 days. So we wish her well. Change the 2 green. Those 2, Dubrovka. Those 2. Let's do this. Starting at the top left. Well, starting closest to the Christmas tree at the top. That's going to be number 1, 2, 3. So hard to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can't see 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. You can't see 16. I can't even see 16. But the ones in the corner are fine where they're at. So, and they're not similar to anything that they're touching. It's just those two that were bothering me. So 5, 6, 7, number 7 and number 11. So if you think number 7 and number 11 should be changed, number 7 to where? Or number 11 to where? Tell me what you think those should be done, and that's what we'll do. Okay, the butterfly pattern, I'm going to pull the butterfly quilt out tomorrow, so on tomorrow's video or on the live, one of the two. And so we will, I was watching the bobbin change, totally cracked me up. I don't know the name of the backing fabric for this one. I think... Don't tell me it's not even on the salvage. It's got to be on the salvage somewhere. Oh, no. I sewed the salvage edges together. Okay, let me see. Oh, I know what it was. I know what the tip was. Otherwise, I'll go through comments and comment on comments constantly. The comment was, I end up, and I think part of it is because I'm right-handed, I end up with too much bulk in the throat. So I have a tendency to roll it this way. And so the comment was to start where I could roll the bulk this way. So we're going to do that tonight because we're just about done with this puppy. And then tonight I'm going to trim it and then we'll bind it. Okay. Since my glue didn't hold for you-know-what, I can actually see in here. And I will say this, I didn't get more 505 spray yesterday when I went to the store, to Walmart, because I was too tired to walk all the way across the store. That's the first thing. And number two, it didn't really matter because I've already stitched so much. 6, number 6, 4, 5, 6 changes with 11. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 changes with 9, 10, 11. So swap those two. Okay. I'll make that change and then we'll see how we like that tomorrow. I will say this. I love the idea, change number 5 with 11. I agree. 5 with 11. I agree with that. I like that. That creates enough distance. Okay, Dubrovka for the win. Change number 5. So we're going to put that pink one, this one. Can you see my head's in the way? This one. And we're going to swap it with this one. So it'll kind of move some of that green. There's just a lot of green right there. In that little alleyway there. Okay, the fabric for the backing, which is just adorable, I got it at Hobby Lobby. I love it. Is Susan Wingett Fall Wreaths. Fall Wreaths. Susan Wingett by Springs Creative. So, but I was at Hobby Lobby not long ago, and I'm pretty sure I still saw it there. So you might be able to grab it there. In terms of doing more quilting on this, I agree. My original plan was to outline the flowers. However, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Hi, Loretta. Linda, I hope I said hello to you. If not, hello. We'll have to see. I'm gonna say something I shouldn't say, and that is, I wasn't looking to have it on the machine that much longer. If I outline all the petals. So tell me what you think. Do you really think I should? My thought was, so we're almost done stitching in the ditch, and then my original thought was to tie at the corner intersections, but somebody else gave me a good idea about maybe tying. Let's turn this around so you guys can see, and then you guys can give me some feedback on that. I was originally thinking I might tie at the center of the flowers. It would give this part just a little bit more stability without me having to go in and quilt all the way around. But by the same token, I mean, it's not going to need it here. You know, it's not going to need it at these intersections because they're going to be stitched in the ditch. So give me your opinion. If you guys are really committed to the fact that you think that I should stitch around each flower, then I will do that. If you don't, then give me your alternative. I could do the tie in the center of the flowers. That would give it at least some stability there. Or I don't know. Anyway, shall we sew? Let's sew. All right, now I gotta get my bearings on this puppy. Okay, so we're gonna sew. Now we're gonna sew this way. So let's get some roll on. Let's hope that let's hope we don't have to do a bobbin change. Honestly. Okay. Enough about me. What are you guys doing? What are you up to? What are you sewing? Did you bring your sewing stuff? Can't come on Wednesday nights without something. Center of the flowers should be fine. Yeah. That's what I'm leaning towards. I'm leaning towards that. So you guys can tell me what you think. The really disappointing thing was that the adhesive spray was just did absolutely nothing. Hi, Donna. Hi, Jennifer. Jennifer's always surprised that I still remember her name. Okay, let's see here. Gonna need my there, now I can see you better and you can see me better. Okay. I'm just starting on the side. I know everybody wants me to start at the center. I'm starting on the side. Okay. I'm going to leave that one because we're going to do all the way around. Okay? All right, so, you know, let's just make this a little bit easier. Somebody, actually quite a few of you had given me, I still love this square in a square. I still love this one. Some of you had given me some fantastic ideas for these. So I have remaining circles from the center cutouts for the bees, from the bees petals quilt. Okay, so I have these left over. And then I also have more of these. What shall I do with all of these circles? I wasn't anticipating having quite as many as I do. I'm going to move my machine over just a little bit. Let's just move this over just a little bit. Steve's going to be so mad. Because every time I do that, it changes all the camera stuff. So he comes in here the next day or so to check on things. And he's always saying, oh my gosh, what have you moved? You moved everything around. I know that I have. Bring this over a little bit. Like this. We're also going to start some, I haven't done placemats in a while, and mine are starting to look a little ratty. So we're going to pull out some of the fall fabrics, and we'll do some placemats. And I will talk about that in just a second. What am I looking for? My gloves. Okay. Gloves. Okay. And then you want to know what I do after a while? Well, I do it by accident, but that's why I buy a pack of 12. So you end up buying a pack of, I've told you guys, Home Depot. I'm not sponsored by Home Depot. I don't know what I would do with a Home Depot sponsoring. I'm a quilting show, so I have no idea. But if Home Depot wants to sponsor my channel, who am I to complain? Anyway. So you buy these in a pack of 12. You get 12 pair for $5 and some change. And they're firm grip. They were in an aisle in a big box. It was fantastic. But what happens is on the weekends, I'll be in here quilting and then Steve will say, oh, you have to come look at this. And so then I go outside and I get distracted by some weeds and I end up using them to pick some weeds. So then they become garden gloves. So I take them off and leave them in the garage. So, if you need garden gloves, it's also a great way to get garden gloves. I mean, they're not the best garden gloves, but they're pretty good, and they've got a little tack to them. You can't beat it. Do you know how expensive gardening gloves are? Okay. Okay. Still going to end up with a bunch of stuff in the throw of the machine, but that's okay. All right, let's get this down. Let's see where we're at. Perfect. Okay. Placemats. I'm going to do some fall placemats. We'll do some kind of light Halloween, maybe just some pumpkin type stuff. We don't really celebrate Halloween. I don't like it. I don't care for Halloween. I don't like all the ghoul and scary stuff. We're just not into it. If you're into it, do Halloween placemats. I'm just going to do some fall, pumpkin, you know, fun, light stuff like that. All right. Oh, everything's already down. You don't need to put the needle down, Angela. It's already down. Okay. Now, unfortunately, as I usually do, I started sewing and I forgot to turn the little sew cam on so you guys could see. I will say this, and I talked about it yesterday, and it was kind of the title of yesterday's video, and that is when you're doing stitch in a ditch, especially if you're new or if you haven't done it before, you really want to pull, like there's a reason they call it stitch in a ditch. You really want to pull that seam apart so you can get the stitch in there. My stitch in a ditch is sometimes it's on the highway, sometimes it's in the gutters. Keep it in the ditch. What did you do?
This is a present for you, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
I can't use my sewing scissors because everyone on here would freak out. I like presents. Let's back you up a little bit there. Okay. Take off my... We're not going to get anything sewn today, ladies. Just so you know. All right, let's see. You are a little sneak. I asked you if it was in the mail. I got these scissors. These are old. These are not sewing scissors. They're just old scissors. I use them for my crochet. Okay, so just take your fingers off the keyboard. Okay.
Who's it from?
This is from my Cali bestie, Robin Long. Robin. When Steve went to the mail today, I said, "Was there anything in the mail?" And he said, "No." And oh, what is this? Oh my gosh. Have you? Oh, and there's a note. We'll get to the note in a second. Oh my god. Okay, I'm totally gonna cry. It says just a 1/4 inch seam. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, look at those. Robin. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, and it's got our logo on it. Oh my gosh, and look at the buttons and the yarn and oh my gosh. Oh my god.
You're cute, aren't you?
These are fantastic. There's just no words. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, they're fantastic.
Yeah, one of them's a giveaway. There's one or two of them a giveaway this month for the submissions.
At the end of the month, you're gonna want to post your stuff on Facebook, on the Facebook page, and on the YouTube community page, on our YouTube page, on the community tab. You're gonna want to post your projects, whatever you finish, whatever project you're working on. Take a picture and put it on there, because at the end of the month, we put everybody's names in a. Well, we don't put everybody's names anywhere. We just push a little button and the internet gods spin everybody's name around and pick a winner, and we do a giveaway. And last month we did a mug that went to Madeline, and this month we're gonna have to give. Oh my god! I just can't even believe how adorable they are.
They're really cute.
This is so cute. Okay, so let's see here. What a cute card. I laugh a lot. I appreciate the humor. Have a great day from one Cali friend to another. To another ex-Cali friend. Thanks again, Robin. Oh. Thank you. This one is for Steve.
Oh.
Thank you for all you do. Oh my gosh, look! It's got golf on it! And it says Steve on it! And it says 1/4 inch seam. It has my face on it. And then it says honorary guild member and tech support master. Oh my gosh, look how cool!
Thank you, Robin. That was very nice.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's very nice. Give me that one.
Oh.
I'll take this one.
These are God, these are amazing. How creative. I wish I were so creative.
What's that one?
This one has my name on it. Oh, look.
So these are the giveaways.
Starbucks for my Starbucks order.
Those are really nice. Really great.
Quilting, sewing, chatting, online guild. Oh my! I am Robin. You outdid yourself. You outdid yourself. I'm using this one tonight. I have to go to the store, so I'm gonna put iced coffee in it and go to the store. And we all know that I need a cup of iced coffee, like I need a hole in the head, but I gotta use the new cup. Oh my god! I just can't even believe it. So over the top. Oh my gosh. These are amazing. I can't wait to use this one. And I can't wait to give one away. I absolutely cannot wait. Holy. Thanks for sharing yourself and Guild with us, Robin. Robin, I find myself with more and more people. Oh my gosh, and look at this one. This one is really cute too. Just a 1/4 inch seam. And look, it's in the sewing machine. Oh man. Just absolutely fantastic. They are, I'm blown away. I'm absolutely blown away. I can't believe it. Wow. I tell you what, we started this channel. Oops. We started this channel because in years past, before COVID, I didn't work quite as much as I do now. I work quite a bit now. I didn't work quite as much then. I mean, I worked every day, but we had I was working and helping and supporting a lot of the agents that worked with us. And then the pandemic and blah, 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 and the economy and everything else. And so it kind of forced me into a little bit more work during the day, which is fine. It doesn't bother me at all. It's totally fine. And I used to, in the evenings, when I could steal away a few minutes, or on the weekends, I would come in and sew for a little bit. And Steve said, we'd watched a channel or something one time, and somebody had said, you know, just turn your phone on and chat, right? So Steve was like, you know, when you're sewing, you should do that. You should try it. And I never in a million years imagined that all of you would end up coming along for like this quilting journey. And I never in a million years imagined that I would have such wonderful people, women, and probably some men, that I would call friends. And that's what I consider you guys. And you're spread out all over the country. We're going to put our country, our map of the United States up on the wall. I'm going to redo this weekend, kind of get it more organized. But I never imagined that I would have this many friends that enjoy doing the same thing that I do, and just sewing and chatting and whatever. And I feel blessed every single day that you guys show up and watch the videos or laugh at something or tell me that how much you enjoy it or how much it makes you laugh or how good it makes you feel or whatever it might be, because it makes me feel good. And the only reason I bring up my work is that work is work, right? And work is like life. You have stuff in your life and in your work that you don't necessarily enjoy doing. It doesn't necessarily spark joy, but at the same time you have to do it. And to be able to come and sit with you guys each day gives me so much joy and so much fun. I don't know, I'm pretty blessed. I think I'm pretty blessed, and I'm so blessed that you guys are here and that you keep showing up. So, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And Robin, thank you. Those are unbelievably sweet. It touches me. You have no idea. You have no idea. God, just amazing. Just amazing. You guys are so much more creative than I am. Let's just leave it there. Okay. Now, let's see if we can turn on, let's see if I can make it work today. Wiggle my fingers so I'm sure that it's working. But here's the dilemma. I hope you guys can see it because, let's Let's do it like right there. Because I can't turn the light down too much because I can't see the, I can't see the little ditchy thing. Okay, Minnie, go ahead and lay down. Go ahead and lay down. I can't hold you right now, my love. And we're off. So I am leaning towards, I am leaning towards tying in the centers. Just because I don't want to sound like I'm lazy, like I'm a lazy quilter. I just wasn't anticipating quilting over all of the flowers. Anyway, what are you guys having for dinner? I am taking the easiest possible way out tonight. Making sloppy joes from a can. Look, don't come for me. I don't feel like cooking. I'm lucky I have the you-know-what to brown the ground beef. So, anyway, that's what we're having tonight. It was a hot one today. We still are, of course, it's still September. It's only September. For Florida, we won't really start getting the fall weather. I feel like I'm missing comments, maybe. I am obviously missing comments because I'm missing a whole slew of comments. Oh, no. Hang on. Okay. New comments. Holy cow. Okay. It wasn't scrolling up. Oh no. I missed a whole bunch. Okay, there. Okay, all right. Now let's see. I already said hello to Donna. You're getting good at this. Thanks, Donna. I'm trying to decide on sashing for a door banner. Oh, leaf blocks and pumpkin blocks. I think maybe I'd like to do like a wall hanging, not really a wall hanging, but just like a sashing type thing for that one post that I've told you guys about. You know, if it were like about the width of one row of the flowers, that would be probably perfect. Maybe I should do pumpkins. That would be a cool idea. Maybe we'll do that. Laminate on both sides, instant coasters. That's a very good idea. That's a very, very good idea. Hi, Shannon. Make a hat for Steve with the circles. That's what I should do. If I was going to go around the petals at the end, I would have done it on just the top panel. I like the circle idea. See, and I quilted the petals. I'll show you guys. It's stuck on the machine right now, but all the petals are quilted on with a little honeycomb stitch that came out really, really pretty. And I just don't think I want to go around them again. Stitch in the ditch foot. I know I hardly put mine on either. I know. But I don't, what I really want to get, and it's still sitting in my shopping cart somewhere, is stitch in the ditch foot for my walking foot. The stitch in the ditch petal for my walking foot. So that's my next. It's a social guild, right? Absolutely. Giveaway and more. Jean said, sweet. Jennifer said, that's awesome. Fantastic. Trina Clark's artwork. I love her. Just adorable. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. Pour the love on Robin. She did a fantastic job. Yes, you guys have got to post a picture of your stuff on the Facebook page and on the YouTube page because you're gonna want one of these. Oh my god, we're gonna have to order a truckload of them. Do we just enter one item picture? No, enter as many stuff as much as you want. And enter the stuff that you're working on finished. Hi, Betsy. fourth one is different. These are fantastic. Just unbelievable. Silhouette to design, sublimation paper and ink. I tell you what, that's another, like a total other skill. Oh, Jennifer, that's very sweet. Your channel's a blessing. I always look forward to it because you make me smile. I hope so. Linda Bush said, Robin, these are amazing. You give us connection to your friend to all of us. Thanks, guys. All right. We are never going to get this thing done. And Steve's going to have to post 3 or 4 more videos of the bee petals. I'm never going to hear the end of it. All right. Let's see. It was hot again here today in the night, like 91, 92. Oh, tomorrow's only Thursday. Oh, thank goodness. I kept thinking tomorrow was Friday, and I was like, I am not. I have got so much left to do. Yeah, you really want to pull that apart. I'll tell you what happens if you've never quilted on your machine before, if you've been scared of it, or you've never done stitch in a ditch, or you have problems with stitch in a ditch, maybe I'm the only one, you really want to pull that apart, because what ends up happening is if your fabric's not super tight, you'll start to, where the fabric kind of crosses over, it'll start to catch, and you'll start building a little... I better turn the light down. I'll sacrifice not being able to see it so you guys can see. Oh, look how much better that is. Oh, fantastic. Okay, I can still see. And then you create a little pucker, and it's just... Ask me how I know this. Because I have a pucker on the other side of this thing that I have to go back and fix. But I do need my laser on. What's the problem? You just sew. I don't ask a lot of you. I don't. You think I do, but I don't. And you know what I was thinking the other day? Life has just been so nuts. I still haven't seen the Downton Abbey movie. I'm not sure if this angle is working for you guys or for me, because every time I lean forward to sew, you're just staring at my back. And Minnie, where are you going? She's on her own mission today. Is that better? That's better. Oh my gosh, you guys are not going to believe this. So one of our neighbors, so my office faces I have a window that faces out into the yard that way, from that side of the house, out that way, just into the yard and the trees and that kind of thing, and the grass. And then I have one that faces over that way, across the other side of the property. Anyway. My dear sweet Steven has built me this little... We keep adding little things to outside this one window that I have that kind of has this little patio. It's got a little paver patio. It's just a small little thing. There's a little table out there. And we've got a couple of... If you have trouble with the foot pushing fabric forward, you can decrease the foot pressure in the settings. Decrease the presser foot settings. Foot pushing the fabric forward. All right, Betsy. The presser foot pressure. That tab. Thanks, Betsy. There was something I heard the movie was too dark. Oh no. I hope not. I'd love to go see it. I don't think we're gonna go see it this weekend because the Ryder Cup's on. And I would like to see the Ryder Cup. Maybe next weekend. I'll keep saying that until it's out on. We can just watch it in the living room. Under one of the 75 quilts that we have out there now. So I do see if you are getting a little bubble of fabric in front of the foot. I'm not getting a bubble on it right now. I do have the walking foot back on, Betsy, and it won't let me adjust the pressure. It's grayed out for some reason right now, either because I'm sewing or because I have the walking foot on. But I am going to bear that in mind. I am watching, but you're all too fast with your comments for me to keep up with you. I know, Thelma. It's craziness. But I do have that problem with some other stuff that I've been working on, Betsy. So I am going to remember that. Thank you, because I am going to try that. Yeah. Due to dinner, I'll catch up on the replay. Sounds good, Needleworker 105? I can't remember the name. It'll come to me. It probably won't. Needleworker 105, put your name in there for me. And tell us what you had for dinner. Because I usually live... I like those glasses on you. Thank you. These are what I wear in my office and to work and in the rest of my life. The bedazzled thingies over here. Third one in the third row needs to go to the front of that row. 11 to 9. Switch those two. Looks great. Okay, Stacy. Stacy, you look so familiar. Where are you from, Stacy? Where do you live? Kimberly. Ah, Kimberly. I knew it. Okay, let's take this one off. Let's take this camera. Let's turn you off. All right. So now Stacy says the third one in the third row. Yep. Needs to go to the front of that row, which is 11 to 9. 8, 9. Which is almost exactly what Dubrovka had said. She was switching the pink one up here. I can't figure out how to do this so you can see best. She was switching the pink one right there with that. So I think I'm gonna move that over to one of these two tomorrow, and then we'll see where we like it best. But I agree, and because I don't think other than that, I don't think the rest of them. I think the rest of them kind of flow really well. Yellow rice and chicken with sausage and cheddar cheese, garlic bread. Oh, yum. It's putting my sloppy joes to shame. I should come up with something more creative. But I did chicken parm last night. I mean, come on. And it was fantastic. I gotta tell you, I've mastered that. But I can really only work food into the rotation like once every week or two. I, on the other hand, tell me if you're the same. I'm very boring. I could basically eat the same thing 3 or 4 times and just rotate through that. But you gotta mix it up a little bit. My mom used to do that, like a chicken and rice casserole. Oh, so good. Chicken thighs. Oh my gosh. So good. Okay. Now, I think what I'm going to do, oddly enough, no, I'm not going to try that. I was going to try and just go scoot over and then go down, but I just don't have enough room to maneuver around here. Wait a second. let's just roll a little bit more into here. Making my mouth water. Okay, how do I make... Let's talk about that. That would be good for me to talk about. Oh, wow. It's already been 50 minutes. Okay, chicken parm. I call it chicken parm. It's really not chicken parm. It's not like traditional chicken parm, like if you were to go to an Italian restaurant or, true Italian house, like my grandmother would have done. Of course, my grandmother did eggplant parm. Well, she did eggplant. It just fantastic. I would drool over her eggplant. Oh, so good. Making my mouth water now. Anyway, so here's what I do for my version of chicken parm. Chicken breast, obviously. Although you could probably do it with boneless, skinless thighs too, would be my guess. We're doing placemats next. Seriously. Okay. Pound them out real thin. You can slice them. You could just do a kind of a horizontal, just slice them in half, so that it just butterflied, or you could just pound them down. I just pounded mine down. So either way. Then I do, on the chicken breast, I do chicken, let's see, hold on. I can't talk and think at the same time. On the chicken breast itself, on both sides, a little bit of, now I use the Lawry's garlic salt. It's got a light green lid, and it's garlic powder or garlic salt and salt, like coarse grain, like sea salt, and parsley. So it's a nice mixture. I use it on everything. So I use a little garlic salt. I don't complain when it's going down. Yeah, no kidding. Nobody complains going down. But it's always your fault when it shows back up. Anyway. Did you go potty? Oh, good girl, Minnie. Oh, sorry. We are a house of rewards. And so when Minnie goes potty on the pad, she has a little pad, we throw a party. Don't ask. Please don't ask. Please. You did? Good job. Good job. Put something on the smoker every night, so I just make a vegetable. Yeah. I did do that on Monday night. I was absolutely not in the mood, and I grabbed a steak and just flung that baby on. Anyway. Back to the chicken. So I do a little bit of garlic salt on both sides and just a smidge of pepper, a little pepper on both sides. Then I pat it, I pat it dry first. Pat it dry and then season it. However you want to season your chicken, whatever. I just do garlic, salt, and pepper. Then I dredge it in flour that I've seasoned the same way. So the flour has garlic, salt, pepper, and a little bit of parsley flakes. Just whatever. That same vibe, that same kind of Italian vibe. You could do Italian seasonings. Whatever. Set the chicken breast in that so that it's, just lightly coated. Just enough to kind of create a barrier. Then I do a really quick egg wash. I don't put anything in the egg. Then into breadcrumbs. I use the not progressive. Progresso. Not progressive. They're not progressive breadcrumbs. They're not. They're not liberal. They're not conservative. They're not political at all. Progresso breadcrumbs. And I get the ones that are the Italian style. because it's already got some flavoring in there. And then I add to the breadcrumbs, I add some garlic salt, some pepper. And if you're saying, gosh, it's a lot of salt. Look, this is probably not the channel. Look, it's going to have salt. Okay? Don't salt it when you eat it. I don't put a lot. I put enough so that you get the flavor, you get that depth through the whole thing. Anyway, then, so in the breadcrumbs, in my Republican breadcrumbs, I put garlic salt, some pepper, and I put a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Now, if you're bougie, you can put like fresh Parmesan, or you can grate it yourself. If you're quick and you have 5 minutes to get dinner done and it's already 8:30, I use the stuff in the plastic container. Yes. My grandmother is rolling over in her grave. If she ever heard that I used Parmesan cheese from a plastic container, she'd take away my Italian card. Anyway, so I put some of that in the breadcrumbs. Then I put the chicken breast from the egg wash into the breadcrumbs. Coat that really, really, really well. And then I put it on olive oil, a couple tablespoons of olive oil. And I put it really low because I have a problem burning my cutlets. So I have learned, I have a tendency when I cook to cook with the heat on high for everything. And I have really worked very hard this last year to get much better at that. Because I'd have stuff that would be, my chicken cutlets would be burned on the outside and raw on the inside. So, turn the heat down low, especially if your chicken cutlets are not, if they're still a little bit thick. Turn it down low. And then just let them brown really nicely. Then, once they're brown and basically cooked through, because they're not going to be in the oven for very long, okay? So, then, my poor grandmother, I take some jarred pasta sauce. I know. I can't even call myself Italian anymore. Cheese in a plastic container. Pasta sauce from a jar. It's awful. Anyway, I use the Classico, the sweet basil. I really like that one. And remember, you're going to want to use a pan that you can use on the stove and on the, you could use a cast iron, whatever. I usually use I have a big Staub cast iron that I usually use. That one works really well. Anyway, so then I just turn the stove off, ladle a couple of tablespoons or so. I do it pretty generously because I really come to like this. A couple of tablespoons of your pasta sauce onto the top of right onto the top of the chicken breast. Just lay it on top. Then cover it with 2 or 3 slices of mozzarella. 8, 9, 10, 11 to 9. Another one for 11 to 9. Hi, Jane. Slow and low. Yeah, it is. Just turn the temperature down. Causes so much less stress. Anyway, a couple slices of mozzarella, or mozzarella, and pop it under the broiler and don't leave. I don't put it directly under the broiler. I leave my rack in the center, turn my broiler on high, and put it on there for 3-4 minutes, just until the cheese gets a little bit brown and bubbly. Pull it out. Bada bing, bada boom, you got dinner. And it is fantastic. Now, somebody asked me the last time I gave you guys this recipe, somebody said, do you ever do it with pasta? Yes, the first time I did it with pasta. But honestly, I found we really didn't need it. Is that homemade sauce? Come on now. I know. I'm hardly Italian anymore. But you could do it with pasta. If you needed something even more hearty, if you needed something more substantial, just mix some pasta. You could do bow ties or rotini and just throw that in there, or spaghetti, whatever. Who cares? Do stars. What do I care? And mix that with the rest of the sauce, and now you got a real meal. I just do it with garlic bread. I got the garlic bread from the freezer section. I'm sorry. You do a vegetable with it, a little spinach or whatever. But that's Angela's quick and easy, and actually it's really delicious. I love it. I really do. In fact, there's some left in there tonight, and I'm probably gonna have some of that. It's just, it's really good. And if you keep flavoring all the different, everybody always talks about this, the flour and the breadcrumbs and the chicken, it's so flavorful. And yesterday I had huge, my God, my chicken breasts were huge. And so it was really, between that and some garlic bread, we didn't need pasta. And you guys have heard me talk about this before. I'm the Italian one that I love pasta. I love it. I love all kinds of pasta. I just love it. But Steve's not so much a pasta person. He's really not. We do spaghetti every once in a while, but he's just not, or lasagna. He's just not a big pasta person. So I don't make it very often because it's really not his jive. And so I've stopped making pasta with this. My ears. I'm going to do with eggplant. I think the eggplant is, with rice. It'd be fantastic with rice. You can do the same thing with eggplant. Just stack them about 3 or 4 each. I'm going to do that with eggplant. Now, my husband won't eat eggplant. Not going to happen. But I think what I'll do is next week what I'll do. Hi, Quilty Sharon. Wow, that's a pretty dog. Is that your dog? Your little profile picture? I think what I'm going to do, because the eggplants have been looking fantastic at the store, I think I'm going to get one and I'll do a chicken breast for Steve and I'll do an eggplant for me. I love eggplant. My grandmother used to fry eggplant and she would just make a platter of it. And that would be like, we would have that with whatever we were having for dinner as like a side, like a vegetable side. And I would eat it until I was sick. Just so good. So good. And I've never been able to. Of course, I've never been able to replicate it. And I think that's probably because my burner was up too high. I'm telling you. I really, until last year when I forced myself to figure out what I was doing wrong, I cooked everything on high heat. If I was turning the oven on, the stove, it was going on high. I know. It's amazing I've made it this long. All right. I think that's about it for tonight. I think that's all I got. First off, before we say goodbye, I gotta run to the store real quick. Of course, I ran out of ground beef. So I gotta run to the store real quick. I might slip back in here tonight and just try and get the rest of this quilting done so that tomorrow we could just tie the centers and this one will be done. I'm not that I'm anxious for it to be done. I'm not trying to rush it, but I'm ready to be done with it. Because tomorrow or Saturday, probably Saturday, we're going to do this. It's so cool. I can't wait to make it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it when it's finished because it's in a circle, but we'll see. Sorry I'm not in your area. I could treat you every now and then. I know. There's some eggplant. Or some homemade sauce. Or some real Italian cooking. Whatever. I wish most of you were closer. I would be happy as a pig in the mud if Y'all just kind of popped over. But we are planning, I'm hoping maybe next year. I'm hoping we'll be able to do our first one next year and do like a retreat or a meetup, something. Steve's dying to go to Missouri. He'd love to do a thing at Missouri Star. So we're working on that. Okay, now, have a fantastic evening. Have a fabulous morning tomorrow. But one thing I want to say, our wonderful Robin Long in California did these. They are, I'm stunned by them. They are so adorable. Just a 1/4 inch seam. Look at that. Whoops. Look at that. And there's our logo. We're going to give away one of these. Robin, I will text you probably tonight. And obviously you're not getting the one that says Angela. And you're not getting the one that says Steve. So one of these other ones we'll do as a giveaway. Oh, it's going to be awful to figure out which one. But she obviously does fantastic work. And these things are big. Like my problem with a lot of the ones like at Starbucks is that they're small. And I don't have time for that. I don't have time for, half a cup of coffee in my mug. These are tall. I don't know how many ounces. I don't know that it matters how many ounces. 20 ounces. 20 ounces. That's a good size mug. Robin does this as kind of a side hustle, right? As a side business. I call it side hustle. Side hustle, side business, whatever you want to call it. So if you have a need for something like this, or if you want something for your own whatever, channel or social media or as a gift, she does this. So reach out to her in the comments. Robin, if you want to put your contact, is anyone going to QuiltCon in Raleigh, North Carolina in February? That's it. I'm in. I'm going to tell Steve. QuiltCon, February, Raleigh. I'm in. I'm in. If you're in, we will plan a something. Betsy, right now it's just you and me, but I'm going to be there, girl. That's fantastic. QuiltCon, February in Raleigh. Okay, and maybe we'll put up some details. We'll start planning something. That's far enough away for me that it gives me time to kind of plan it and plan getting there and all that kind of good stuff. Oh my gosh, I'm totally in. How fun. Anyway, sorry. So Robin, if you'd like, or if you want Robin's contact information, maybe she can put her email address in the comment section. Or I don't know if you want to put your cell number in this comment section. You can do that. But Robin, put something in the comment section, please, for people to contact you. And because these are, you really did just a fantastic job. And I'm so blown away by them. I'm probably not going to make Steve a hat with these, but oh, Kimberly's a caregiver at this time. Oh, that's hard. Tell you what, caregivers, it's unbelievable the work that you do. Okay, have a fantastic evening. Have a fabulous morning tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to wrap this puppy up, and we're going to start on this. I'm taking this out with me tonight so I can read it while I'm eating dinner. And that's all I have, except for this. Don't forget to post your pictures on the Facebook page and on the if you go to our YouTube page, go to the little community tab and you can post your pictures there. And I had a very fun evening. I'm so glad you guys came by. The only thing I have to say is just a 1/4 inch seam. I love you guys. Have a fantastic evening and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.